I was talking to a senior national recently who said the One Nation surge, it was partly Barnaby Joyce, but not the main part. The main part is Australians, Middle Australia, saying enough's enough on the security front, on the immigration question, in the wake of Bondi particularly.
The Liberal Party still has not articulated an effective policy to deal with this post-Bondi. And there are some structural reasons for that. There's no shadow cabinet to approve that policy at the moment. So it really has been, we're going to recall Parliament and have a Royal Commission, both of which have happened. And some would say the recalling of Parliament was a disaster, right? So where the Liberal Party want to go in terms of immigration and what they're doing around those numbers is still to be revealed. The policy has been there, but structurally they've got to get their house in order to be able to announce.
Are you worried, though, with Angus Taylor set to quit at some point today, probably after question time, and then it flows on from there, whether it's tonight, tomorrow morning or Friday, at some point there'll be a vote. Are you worried with the transaction cost here of rolling the first female leader?
Well, I guess the primary vote, I mean, that has been the catalyst for this, right? It doesn't matter if you're male or female and you're in the high teens in terms of primary vote, you're going to face, you know, opposition and opportunism in the party room. And I don't think anyone would say, oh, Angus is going to have a go because she's a woman, in the same way that the Labor Party, when Gillard got rolled by Rudd, they didn't say she's a woman. I mean, some people probably did, but it was spurious. The numbers are the thing that's driving the catalyst. And in a way, if Susan comes out of this and wins, she has the opportunity. If she can win and stabilise things, she's got the opportunity. But on the other hand, if Angus emerges with the numbers, there is a place to refresh the shadow cabinet with young people, young talented people. There are young talented women, the Zoe McKenzies of the world, and others who are going to be able to credibly step up and appeal to women voters in any fashion. And he gets to bring in a new generation of younger shadow ministers.
When you look at the One Nation vote there, Labor's 2 points ahead, One Nation ahead with working class voters. Is it also fair to say that it's against the two-party system, the establishment, and that Labor are, you know, counterintuitively, really, when you look at the two-party lead and the 94 seats, but counterintuitively, Labor also needs to have its guard up when it comes to One Nation?
Yes, they do. The one thing I would say here, Kieran, they've accreted all this primary vote right now with absolutely no policy positions. Zero. They have said they're going to do something on immigration. They don't stand for higher levels of immigration, so you can expect them to wind back immigration. But we don't know how. We don't know how they'd manage the budget. We don't know what their foreign affairs policy would be, their security policy, their agriculture policy. I mean, these are rurally based parties. We wouldn't have a clue what they stand for. My first week in politics was working for John Howard after Port Arthur, and the guns thing became a big issue, and that's where One Nation came to prominence. And One Nation started to fall away when they articulated a tax policy that was shown to be a rip-off of a League of Rights policy. That is Pauline Hanson and Barnaby Joyce's greatest challenge at the moment. People are saying, we're prepared to give you a go, but people are also going to say to One Nation, well, what are you actually offering? Like, you have to enunciate some policy. You've got to run the country. You've got to do all the things that we expect of a credible government. And so
you're saying, basically, it's a big step between saying to a pollster in an online poll or on the phone, One Nation, I'm sick of the others, and then going into a ballot box 2 years later
absolutely
and ticking that box.
I'm prepared to send a message to the traditional two big parties that I am really unhappy now. How that translates in 2 years' time if One Nation goes to the next poll with no policy prescriptions. So this is where the Liberal Party's turmoil can actually deliver them into a bit of clear air where they can enunciate some policy to pull that vote back.
Yep, from the lowest moment, there's always, you know, there's always some upside.
There's some very talented people
basically
waiting to be given a go. You know, the Simon Kennedys, the Tim Wilsons, the Andrew Braggs, the Aaron Violis.
But you need a program to do it.
Absolutely.
DPG Advisory Director, David Gazard, great to see you as always. Thank you.